Hi, today I'll show you how to paint a portrait, specifically just the face on a 40 by 50 format, a girl's face from a photo, and I'll provide an example in the app along with the photo. It's in black and white. There's a certain challenge in this, a kind of test to see what colors come to your mind, basically how you would color it. That's because I have quite a lot of experience with classical portraits, so of course I immediately start with the classic color choices. But this portrait shows it. Here, I don't want to show you how to make a realistic face, or rather, a classical face. I want to show you how to make a face in the pop art style. However, it should also be realistic and resemble a real person. Look, as I start, I work with the main large shapes. Here, I'm not doing it quite the usual way. Maybe I'm drawing the face right away, trying to guess it, but in the second stage I'll show that I actually made a mistake. I didn't correct it later here. Sometimes these shapes, but when you start, when the canvas is blank, it's very easy to make mistakes. And don't be afraid to make mistakes in painting. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to get even better at this skill, and in this case, a mistake is actually a positive thing. The sooner you start seeing it as something positive, the more growth you'll have. Growth and moving forward. So basically the color I picked up was already a bit dirty, since this was already the second painting of the day. So as a test, to mix it, we use our white, yellow, red, and a little bit of dirty colors. Maybe add a bit of brown, for example, just a little. Or a bit of brown plus a bit of blue. And you get this kind of color. The face itself, look, is usually divided into three parts. From the forehead to the eyebrows, from the eyebrows to the base of the nose, and from the nose to the chin, about 3 equal parts. In this case, the forehead is almost not visible, so the face is divided into 2 parts, and just a little bit is left for the forehead. This foundation already gives us an understanding of the shapes of the face, and the eyes are roughly aligned with the eye sockets. And accordingly the eyes themselves are a bit smaller than the eye sockets. The task here now is to cover everything with color. For me this is a fairly quick job, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So the second stage turned out to be, you could say, a reworking of the first stage. So I refined the face, changed its shapes, moved the nose, eyes and lips all to the left. That was essential for me. Sometimes it's not essential, and then it's just important to maintain the right proportions. In this case, the proportions were more or less similar, but they weren't in the place I wanted, so I basically mixed everything up and redid it. I think this was useful for you because redoing a painting at the very beginning, as soon as you start, is absolutely normal. Moreover, for me this still happens very often. I do something, then redo it, sometimes several times. Treat it like a game, not as some difficult, heavy challenge, because otherwise you might just get disappointed in. There's a certain kind of thrill in changing things for the better. So, look, I already have the main shapes. I have part of the face with the correct proportions. Now I'm just refining the proportions of the face a bit more, and I'll start adding some bright accents.